All right, let's clear this up. Everybody out here is confused about carbs, high protein, keto, vegan, whatever. And you're hearing all these people say this diet works, that diet works. But the truth is, most diets do work, but not all of them will work for the same goal. So, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how these diets work and if it's going to work for you. So, every diet comes down to one thing, and that's calories. If you eat less than you burn, you're going to lose weight. It doesn't matter if it's keto, vegan, carnivore, or some of these weird juice cleanses that you see on the internet. The reason why you see people drop weight really fast on a keto diet is because most of that is water weight. So when you cut carbs, you don't retain as much water and the scale is going to go down. But here's the thing. Losing weight is not the same as losing fat. Now, keto does have its place. If you're trying to lose nothing but weight specifically, then go for it. Knock yourself out. But if you're trying to actually hold on to muscle and even build it, that is the worst thing you could do. See, people villainize carbs, but that's actually your main fuel source. So when you do cut them out, you're going to go to the gym and burn fat, but your performance is going to take, you're going to feel sluggish, you're not going to have enough strength, and your recovery is just going to suck. And that's actually terrible if you want to grow muscle. Now, the reason you actually want carbs in your diet is because carbs give you the energy to actually train hard enough so that your muscle does grow. Because a lot of people can't, they don't understand their intensity level. And it takes a lot of intensity to actually build muscle. And you can't do that if you have no energy. So if you're doing 3 full body workouts a week and you get to squats and you have no energy, trust me, you're not going to perform as well. Especially after like a 10 or a 12-hour workday. Nah, that ain't it, chief. So here is where preference comes in, all right? Every diet is going to work, but it depends on what you actually want. So it's kind of like cars, right? If you want a luxury ride, get a Lexus. If you want, off-roading capabilities, right? Get a Tacoma. But if you don't care about what your car looks like, get a Kia Soul. They're all going to get you from point A to point B, but it's the comfort level that you're willing to deal with. And maybe you like going off-roading. So, the Kia Soul isn't going to get you there at all. So these things all just depend on your lifestyle. And that's the same way with dieting. So first thing you need to do is actually understand what your goals are and what you want to do. If you want to do both, it's going to be a little bit more complicated, building muscle and losing fat at the same time. But if you if you stick to one goal, it'll be a lot easier. So if you specifically want fat loss and you don't want to build muscle, yeah, keto's great. Knock yourself out. But if you want to lose weight and retain or build muscle, then you need carbs. And if you're vegan, it gets complicated. I'm not going to lie. You have to be very careful and very intentional with the protein that you're taking in. So in reality, all these things, it just comes down to preference. But don't kid yourself. Not every diet is going to build muscle the same way. So here's a couple quick carb sources that you can implement into your diet. These are things like rice, potatoes, pasta, beans. These foods are actually gonna, give you the fuel you need for your workout and for the day. So if you're not sedentary and just sitting down all day, you actually, work, get off your ass and, do things for 10 to 12 hours a day. You're going to need some type of fuel to actually, maintain yourself. Look, don't overcomplicate this. Stop trying to figure out which diet works the best, okay? The best diet is the one that works for you and you can actually stick to long term. If you want to get lean and strong at the same time, you're going to need carbs in your diet.